Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Fernando, your host from Sellerboard. I have a very special guest for you today. According to him, he has a process to take you from zero to become a bestseller on Amazon. That's right. He has a process. He created a process to get you from zero all the way to become a bestseller. Before you watch the interview, though, I wanted to ask you to go to sellerboard.com. If you've never been to sellerboard.com, just go there, click on demo, try. It's the best tool for Amazon sellers, and you have to check it out right now. And after this, you can enjoy the interview with Oleg from 𝐿navigator, and I'll see you guys at the end. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I have a very special guest for you today. I have here from Thailand, Oleg Zaidiner, the co-founder of 𝐿navigator. Oleg, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you. We're excited to have you here. All right. So I know it's 10 a.m. for you, 10 p.m. for me. You are ready in the future. You're ready on Wednesday? No, Thursday. I'm on Monday. Tell me
Yeah, yeah.
something. Let's start with your story. Tell me your story.
Okay. My story started. Okay, let's start a little bit before Amazon. I was doing some startups in hospitality revenue management, and it was a very fun project that I sold in 2013, I think. Yeah, it was 2013. And then I was looking for some new idea, some new venture. It was here in Thailand. I was literally walking on the beach, asking people, "What do you do for living if you just stay on the beach all the day?" So this is how I find the Amazon idea. It was 2015. It was
Early,
like
very early.
really like early days of Amazon, so it was super easy to jump in on this private label wagon. So I started my private label being in Thailand on the beach, never been in China, never did anything in US, but it was very successful brand. We get to 7-figure in about a year. Then
Nice.
I find all the things that related to like digital part of the like mathematical part of the Amazon is super excited for me, but all the logistics, organizational, quality production, freight forwarding are like too much. So I sold the brand, and it was before all these aggregators came, so I didn't get this crazy 6x, so it was more humble, but it was exit. And on
Uh-huh.
the way of the development of my brand, I developed Amazal. It was a software solution to analyze the market, because I was doing it for myself, and eventually it became a tool that many people used,
Mm-hmm.
and I sold it as well.
Nice.
And what I'm doing last 2.5 years, I think, even a little bit more, is it's called 𝐿navigator. We started it with my partner Alexander as a software solution. We wanted to compete with you guys on sellerboard. We said, okay, we know how to do it better, and we started it as a software solution that combine all the PPC management as a tool and all the market analytics as a like understanding the rules
And
of
by
the
the way,
game.
where are you from?
Complicated question. I'm from Israel, but I was
Oh, you
born
are
in Russia.
Israeli.
Then I
That's so
lived in
cool.
Israel most of my life. Yeah, and now I'm in Thailand. And the few last years of the COVID, I lived in Lithuania because my wife there. So yeah, I'm living around the world, right?
Well, nice to meet you, another Israeli.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, and tell me, so what does exactly for the people that are joining us now, what does a navigator do?
Yeah. Okay. So just one step back. So we started as a software solution to help brands see exactly the numbers, what's going on in the market, and what you should do with your Amazon PPC to win the game, right? This is in very simple words. But what we find out that still for most brands, understanding and leverage the data is super complicated because there's like
Mm-hmm.
too many charts, too many numbers, and people getting lost. And we do exactly the same, but we pivot to service business. So now what we do, we help brands do analyze what they have in seller board, what they have in all other dashboards that we create ourselves, and we kind of build a strategy and we manage it as well, how to win the market share, because we truly believe that Amazon is absolutely not zero sum, right? There is like whatever product you sell, there is a market of defined size, and someone took the part of it, so you need to take it back, or you like, so
You need to
it's
steal
about
it. Yeah.
fighting for market share, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we do. We help take the maximum market share.
Very interesting. Can you explain me a case?
A case. Okay. Again, I'm not know exactly what the audience, because we work with like private label brands, and we work with like multinational huge brands that don't know what the private label is. Yes. So okay, let's start with some private label case. Um, it's a one product brand. It's a $10 one product brand in sport accessories, right? And they came to us, and there is like 25 similar products on the market. It's not something any exceptional,
Mm-hmm.
and it took us about a year and a lot of investment from the brand owner to gain the market share. And for now we manage about 60% of all the order of this specific product is coming from this brand. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, because we are number one, we are bestseller, we can afford ourselves higher price, higher margin. We have all this, yeah. And eventually it was sold to aggregator, and we still work with the same brand, but for aggregator, we still keep them manage the brand. Okay, this is a private label story.
Mm-hmm.
And
So how much percent of market share did you win?
we get to the maximum 62 or yeah.
Oh, 62. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I thought you said six. I was like, what? So
No, no,
62,
no.
that's
Okay.
better.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah. And usually it's very hard, like maximum, get the maximum market share with one product, because Amazon tried to kind of diversify the search results, and like uh, to get more, you need like more variety. And this
Mm-hmm.
is what the brand trying to do now. They try to do more like options. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and another story that I usually bring, this is a it's not a private label, it's a big brand. They have different channels as well, not like Amazon is just part of their business. And it's gift, so it usually works with like Mother's Day gift.
Mm-hmm.
So like April, May, right? When is the Mother's Day? Okay,
Let me check.
somewhere, yeah, yeah. I don't live in the US, so I
May
always
May 14.
yeah, but it's moving from year to year, but it's more or less this time of the year. So, and they have like huge portfolio of different pieces, but you can imagine for the keyword Mother's Day gift, there is like hundreds of different
Huge
options.
demand. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's definitely huge demand, but it's also like huge options available.
Mm-hmm.
And last Mother's Days, and I'm absolutely sure this Mother's Day we definitely will get. Last year it was, I think, 52% of the market share of the Mother's Day gift.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, again, it's 7-figure ad spend in the month, right? So it's like, it's huge.
And how do you do this magic to win more market share with a product that has no differentiation?
Yeah. Okay. So doing all these things, we develop kind of like a framework, and we'll be more than happy to show it to you.
Oh, yes, please. Please do.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm dying to see. So let me get something. You're telling me that with this framework, I can
Yeah.
get a Me Too product and be number one in market share, being a copycat with all products the same.
There is a few prerequisites.
Okay. Okay, I know I pushed that. Okay.
I'm not a magician, right? I'm a computer scientist, so it's all
Nice.
about
Love
numbers,
it.
right?
Love it. Love
So
it. Love it.
yeah, I'll get to the prerequisite. I think the most important one is the margin, and I show you later some numbers and examples I have with them. So basically, it's all about stages of the product on Amazon, right? I think this is like most of our clients, they use sellerboard, and it, it it's all about focus on the right metric on the right at the right time. Okay, this is how I try to explain. So when you
Okay.
just brought any new product to the market, we call it pre-launch, right? So you just
Mm-hmm.
trying to understand if Amazon algorithm and Amazon customers like what you brought, right? And at
Mm-hmm.
this stage, we suggest focus on conversion, right? So let me bring in the first stage. You did your product, you did your listing, you did like whatever, like first batch, and then it's all about conversion. All other metrics
Mm-hmm.
at this stage, people try, yeah, but I get this PSR, I get some unit sales, this is my margin, this is my gross profit, and I try to be polite, but this is you kind of bullshit yourself, right? Okay, it's all about conversion. If you don't have conversion, like there is no way to go. Okay, and
Mm.
we see that conversion good enough. First of all, we have a product opportunity explorer from Amazon. We can see some reference what's the conversion on the market, so we can get the
Mm-hmm.
main point. And then we have it. This is a triangle. It's like it's an exam that you should pass from the Amazon algorithm. You start to get some organic sales.
Mm.
When you
Okay.
get when you're starting to get some organic sales, this is means okay. Amazon algorithm give you some like, okay, sounds interesting, let's try. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the first stage. The second stage, we call it launch, and the main metric here is cost per order. Okay, in our focus, again, it's not about gross
So
profit.
so it
Yeah.
moved from conversion to cost per order.
Yes, right. Okay, so we test our conversion. It's good enough to start with, and then we should focus on like how sorry about that, how it will cost us to get to the next level, because you
Mm-hmm.
need to invest something to get something. This is basically
Mm-hmm.
your marketing budget starts to play in, and we
Mm-hmm.
measure cost per order. And uh, it's important to understand, like, it's not a general cost per order. It's on different segments. For example, the product that I was selling, it was like counter pillows back in 2015. And for example, the segment that related to like neck pain can be one like average conversion and one average cost per order. But if it's like stop snoring, it's a different segment with different cost per order and different conversion. So at this
Makes
stage,
sense.
you probably will not be superstar everywhere, but you can be good enough somewhere, right? Okay, and what we suggest to do on this stage, try to like push more budget on some segments that reasonable to you, that you feel like, okay, the CPO is enough for my business, but I see the results. And what the results we expect when we start to get to the first pages organically. Okay, makes sense. Before we wanted any organic sales, but now we want
to go first page.
be on the first page for those specific segments that we are interested. Like I said, like,
And do you have a way to count how many keywords you're getting to the first page?
yeah, nowadays we use Amazon SQPD. It's a search query performance
Search query
report.
performance reports. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I hope we can see it in sellerboard soon. This, yeah, because we do all this Google Sheets magic to monitor it on daily basis. Right?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah, yeah. This is our like world of data, right? It's all about who owns the data and know what to do is a winner. Okay, so this is like
You're
this
right.
is the second stage. Okay, and when we started to be on this first pages for some segments, we're going to the next level, and we call it scale. And many people that I had been talked to, they said, yes, let's like, okay, it's a good product. I sell like, I don't know, 20,000 a month. I want to get like 200,000 a month, whatever, 10x, 5x. And like, I want to scale, right? This is, I want to scale my business, bought a yacht and travel to Thailand, whatever. And but you need to pass it like these stages before, and then we can talk. Okay, soon I show you some examples how we calculate the potential scale, and it's everything is kind of very custable, right? And on this level, the main metric for us is a BSR, because we try to kind of like, okay, we number 20 in category, and number 18 in category, his BSR like 3,000, and we 3,500. So we basically need to take his placement. As we started in the beginning, it's all about taking market share from someone. So like, you usually take the market share from someone above you, then another one, another one, another one, and you get like on this ladder, upper and upper, right? And at this stage, we're starting to look to the gross profits. Okay, this is the stage that finally, right? And not before. And again, you do the business for the profit, right? You not do the business for the fun, but this is the only stage that you start. And basically the gross profit here is about how aggressive you can be to get from like number 18 in category to number 15, 10. Again, we have some clients that want to be like toward number 1 from the beginning. And sometimes you need to like to bring a lot of like negative gross profit for a few months, right? and or you want to be slower, okay? And at this stage, we're starting to hopefully see ourselves in brand analytics. This is another tool we manage a lot. Basically, in brand analytics, for all the main keywords, you can see like top 3 players, right? So you go,
you can see top 3.
yeah, you need to become one of top 3 for some keywords to start
So you'll be able to see.
Yeah, and hopefully you can get to the bestseller or leader. Sometimes you cannot be bestseller because of the like mix of different solution and category, but you definitely can be a leader with your type of the solution. And again, this is another game. When you get to the number 1, what you do, you try to protect yourself from the number 2 and number 3, right? Because they do more or less what we do, right? So again, I'm not telling you some secret that nobody knows. It's all about structured process, focus on the main metrics, and consistent execution.
Nice.
Right?
I'm very curious to try that.
Okay, I want to show you some numbers. Okay, it's a Google Sheet. Sorry, I cannot do it in sellerboard yet, but I hope maybe you can.
One day.
So, okay, let me explain what it means. It's big enough. You can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, good. So basically, this is a product that passed this launch stage. So we calculated CPO, actually advertisement cost per unit,
Per units,
859,
okay.
and overall cost per unit it was 794, right? So we tested for 4 weeks. We checked the conversion, it was okay. We started to see ourselves on the first pages. So we calculated our CPO. In this case, it's CPU, but it's more or less the same. Okay, and we want to understand how to get basically to the next level, because we sell 200 pieces a week, and the top players that we want to fight, they sell 2,000 pieces a week. Okay, so we want to fight for the top player, and we set a goal. Okay, let's take half of what they do. So we want to get to 1,000 units a week. Okay, market is limited, right? So when we get to the stage, probably the top player, he will start to fight maybe pricing. I don't know, right? They never sit quiet, right? And and again, the whole idea of the model is to increase more and more and more. You see this green line, more organic units. Because like we should convince Amazon algorithm with our basically PPC spend to get to more and more and more organics, and this we calculated. So we need to be aggressive with gross profit negative, but by the end of March we should get to break-even point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and actually this is a bad case because it's very low margin product. This is a prerequisite that we started in the beginning. So actually it's all about margin. If your margin is very thin, it probably means that the market is very overcrowded. If your margin is high enough, then probably like others as well. So it's not overcrowded yet. Okay. And we have a discussion with the brand. So we suggested them to make the offer simpler, but reduced cost of goods and increase the margin. And if we take exactly the same equation, but the margin not 21%, what they have now, but margin 35%.
Much
Without
better.
advertising, we can get break even from the next week and started to be profitable more and more and more. Right.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah, this is the process more or less. Again, it's all about to prove to Amazon that your products deserve visibility. So Amazon want to show our product to the audience, and the audience will buy. And yeah, go
Let me
ahead.
ask you something. What if after all this trouble, you run out of stock for 4 weeks?
Yeah, this is why we try
You're
to
back.
calculate the number of units. Yeah, absolutely. Usually, when you like out of stock somewhere, again, our conversion test probably doesn't go anywhere, so it's probably the same conversion. But usually, we lost all the organics, and we start from this stage.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and
That's good.
again,
And do you change prices in this process, or do you keep prices steady?
we strongly suggest to be as aggressive with pricing as possible in the beginning, and increase the price gradually, and not the
But
opposite.
increase the price to when? Do you go over the top two when you become number one? Do you keep increasing your price, or you just level to the second place?
Yeah, again, we suggest to start here with lowest price possible, as like, again, it doesn't have to be like just pricing. It can be coupons, it can be prime discounts, whatever, like, but pricing in general. But when we get to this point, when we're starting to see to the gross profit on the scale, it's all about like, okay, we're going to out of stock anyway, so let's bring it up, get some squeeze, some profit, go out of stock. And then at this stage, you have a clear understanding what is your BSR, what is your SQPD results, and like you increase the price a little bit, see if you're still getting the same visibility, same conversion, okay, we can try more. And then you basically do this price elasticity tests on this level. Yeah. And of course, as a top player, you can play with the seasonal, right? So you always want to keep the price as high as possible to keep the visibility you have and the growth speed that you want, right?
Nice.
Make
Very
sense?
smart. Makes a lot of sense. Very cool. And is it a software that automates everything, or do you like do it, look at the results every day and make changes based on the results?
Usually we try to we look on results every day and try to respond if something really wrong, but we try to analyze data on the weekly basis in most cases, because there is a lot of volatility and like strong, like you think this is because of A, but it's not because of A, it's just the fluctuation of the algorithm. So we try to work on the weekly cycle, make it, and we do use kind of internal automation software, but let me show you another chart, this one. Okay, again, I would love to have it in a seller board one day, but we do it ourselves yet. This is how we approach Amazon PPC. Okay, every box is a campaign. Okay, and every campaign they have specific goal. For example, this campaign, when you see is $3 or $2, main purpose of this campaign to get organic sales for the specific keyword. This is like we put here. It's not about ACOS. It's not about. It's about to get as much organic as we want, and the size of the box is how many dollar we spend. So it's like this is the biggest spend. This is the second biggest. It's a little bit less, etc., etc. Right. So this is kind of like we check it on weekly basis, and we see if like we spend here most of the money. So those campaigns we check every day, right? And those campaigns we check weekly or even bi-weekly and so on. Right? So you have to be
very interesting. Can you show me the 3 steps again?
Yeah, absolutely. Good.
Okay, so yeah, those 3. Yeah. So first one is, what is the goal in the first one?
The pre-launch is to measure the conversion and start to getting some organics. It's a proof that Amazon believes in us.
Okay.
Right.
And when you say when you are in this stage, you can start like with 0 reviews? Or you get a product that's like initial reviews. So you're starting from 0.
Like initial reviews, but you can skip again. We try like spend some dollar to get about 100 clicks, so you can measure statistically enough for conversion. Sometimes you don't need reviews, right, to get some initial. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. So again, we suggest to do wine for most of our clients, but we're not talking about the gray ways to get reviews. So
okay. And then after you go through that stage, when you realize you can move to the next stage?
When we see in seller boards it's starting to be organic sales.
Okay, so we start getting some organic. Okay.
Some, right. 2, 3, 5. Okay. So it means that like we prove ourselves to Amazon algorithm that we worth showing.
Showing up. Very good. And then we go through the launch. What is the goal in the launch phase?
The goal of the launch phase to get to the first pages for some keywords.
First pages or some keywords. How many keywords, and how do you decide the keywords?
Ideally, you should be first pages for the main keywords in the niche.
Like top 10, top 20,
yeah,
top 5,
top 10. Yeah,
top 10.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when you get those, you get your first page, those top 10 keywords, what's the next step?
So at this stage, you're probably starting to get like, you can stop all the advertisement and you get some business. It's very small business, but you get some business, right? Because
nice, yeah.
you're on the pages, right? And then we get to the stage when we want to grow or scale, really like to consider the next level. And this is where the fight starts. Because
the fight starts, okay.
Fight. Yeah, because we always fight with someone else. On those stages before, just Amazon algorithms gives a little bit to everyone, right?
Yeah.
They want us to pay for the storage fees, or they want us to pay for everything and feel like we are in the business, but right?
Yeah, we can make money. Okay, so now we're fighting. Now we start a fight.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
and what's the goal there?
The goal
PPSR.
Yeah, it's always to get to the next level that's comfortable for you, usually from production perspective. So like if we used to be 100 pieces a week and we're getting to 1,000 pieces a week, your logistics should get to the next level. Your cash flow should improve, because this is why I did it like the steps. So sometimes you not get from here to bestseller in one shot. you can do like a few iterations based on your logistics, cash flow, and also review starting to play here. For example, all the top players, they have like tens thousands of reviews, and you have 25, right? So probably your first stage to be get to somewhere, then maybe half a year collect more reviews, and then get to fight with the top players, right? So it's iterational. And the results we started to be visible in the niche, and you're starting to be visible in brand analytics. Yeah, at
Very
this
cool.
point you much more understand what is the market and who you're fighting with, and how they fighting with you, because it's always bit of
Does it
action.
work for a product that have like 20% return rates?
Sorry?
Do you think that these this program would work for a niche, that a category that has like high return rates, because you're always losing money with the returns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have another diagram. Let me show, where is it? Yeah, this one. Can you see this one?
Yes.
So this is my simple. So this is a price that the top player in the niche sells now. Let's make it like $20, just for example, right? And you have your landing cost of goods, X. You have some Amazon fees, and then you have some potential profit if you sell with the price of the leader, right? And if the ratio is 1.5 or above, so basically it's a margin 50%, if I'm right.
Yeah, 50% is a good margin.
Yeah, without any advertisement, I mean, right? You don't spend on the marketing, without marketing. This work 99%. The less the ratio, it's starting to take more time, more money, and more risks. Because if you go slow, your competitors, they don't sleep in, right? They also trying to be more aggressive with advertisement, more aggressive with pricing. They launch new variations like so, right? Because they are already in this big loop with a big cash flow, and you like, if you come slow, you always catching up, right? And when you became a leader, you can afford yourself that others will catch you.
And what is this chart on the right? The one with the circle. What is
This
that?
one. This is it's more or less the same, but without the stages. Like what is needed to be number one in the niche on the. So it's all about product offer that you measure with conversion, and product offer consists of price, positioning, your images, and your story, right? When I showed the example of the pillows that I was selling, so is it pillow for snoring or is it pillow for neck pain, right? It's different position, and you should be like clear what you're doing. And social proof, mostly reviews and brand awareness. If someone know your brands outside of Amazon, is also very good. Okay, but you can measure it with conversion. Then you have all this economics or margin, and margin is complicated nowadays on Amazon. For example, if you have variations of color, you can price the white color more affordable with less margin for you, but kind of upsell the pink, green, and red, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the overall margin is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And or you have packs. You have a pack of 2 is like with very thin margin, and pack of 4, pack of 6, pack of 10 more margin, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can play. This is why I put product line as part of the economics, and of course, cost of goods. Again, the big stories that I hear many of the beginner sellers that, yeah, but my product is much higher quality. This is why it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, I totally believe that your product is higher quality, but people buy what they buy, and probably they're okay with what they buy if they still buying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do I know, look into the pictures and 10 reviews of yours compared to 1,000 reviews of the less quality product, looking on the picture? Did you make it in your positioning? Did you make it in your stories that you like, right? So cost of goods, especially in the beginning, again, we suggest to launch with simpler products and then try to upsell. Other case, you really solve the problem and you have like something new. Okay. And then you have basically the traffic. You have a good offer, you get the right margin, and then you bring the traffic, right? What is Amazon, as any other marketplace, they give us traffic kind of for free, but really not for free, but they give us the traffic, right?
Absolutely
And
not for free.
yeah, and there is the Amazon PPC, it's a paid traffic. And again, when I started in 2015, it was not, you don't have to use Amazon PPC at all in some cases. Nowadays,
Yep.
like,
You don't move if you don't use it.
yeah, okay. And there is the organic traffic, which still a big part of the business is getting less little bit. And you cannot influence it directly, but you can influence it indirectly by generating
Mm-hmm.
enough sales for this keyword. You're starting to show up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And there is the Amazon DSP network.
Yes, Pete. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, it's more relevant for big brands because
For
usually
big
the
brands.
performance of Amazon DSP is not good. But like if you sell big and you want to fight for the top placement and really it's starting to play a big role. Yeah. And
Exactly. Very
usually
nice.
tell it to more like brands coming outside of Amazon. They want to be on Amazon. So it's like, okay, this is what you need. Right?
And how do people hire your service and how much does it cost?
Okay, so what we do basically, as you can see here, the blue lines, we provide consulting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of best practices for pricing, positional, reviews, returns, product lines. So, like we have a lot of knowledge. It's consulting, and
Mm-hmm.
the green lines, and this is what we take responsibility. So we manage all
Mm-hmm.
the advertisement, we manage all the organics, and we manage, sorry, all the competition, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we do. Uh,
What is the yellow error? Can I see it?
yeah, inventory
Inventory
consistency.
consistency. Oh yeah, of course. That's a
This is
requirement.
this is your homework, right?
Yeah.
This is the only thing we ask from you, right? This is what we do.
Nice.
Okay,
Okay.
and we have 2 models. For the small brands, what we do, we usually suggest 3 months commitment. And in these 3 months, we do all the experiments, we do all the setups, we measure all the things, we create, where is it? We create all the campaigns, we set up like, usually like 3 months is enough to do all the foundation. And then small brands on this stage, they usually go for cash flow, to start producing more, like things like that. And they can back 6-9 months, depends, right? And for this kind of process, we charge 1,500 a month, but it takes 3 months, depends on like how complicated it. And for bigger brands, we work monthly. We start from 2,500 a month for the brand. And if you have like huge product line or huge, it's more. But I will be happy to dive deep in every specific case and give a clear offer.
And
Where
is your website? What's your website?
I think I have this. Okay. Website is 𝐟𝐫𝐞𝐞.
Okay, so if you want to find him, just go to 𝐼𝐸navigator.co.
Yeah, you can see the calendar, you can talk to me, you can book my time, but I'm in Thailand, so my time slots are not perfect for everyone, but I try to
I
be.
tell you about it. It took me forever to schedule a call with this guy. And now I'm doing it at 10 p.m. New York time. But it was worth it. I really like it. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. We need to talk more about this.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So everybody, this was Oleg from 𝐼𝐸navigator, and he came up with this incredible process to get you to the bestseller. And if you want to know more, you go to 𝐼𝐸navigator.co, correct?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
also can find
Oleg.
me on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay. Oleg Zaidiner on LinkedIn. You can find him there. You can connect to him, ask your questions. Oleg, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, for me too. Thank you. So enjoy your evening and
Enjoy
see
your
you
day.
tomorrow. When you get to the Tuesday. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Thank you, Oleg. Hope to see you soon again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching the interview with Oleg. If you haven't already, it's your time to go to sellerboard.com right now. Click on demo, try out the software. I'm sure you're going to like it. It has all the tools that you need to be successful on Amazon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.